Insert generic YouTuber intro so the kids will watch for more than 30 seconds. So today I'm going to be going over how I cable manage my Oculus Quest 2 for use of the link cable and my pulley system. Video up there in the corner for the previous video I did setting up that pulley system. Pretty much the same idea applies to this, just different cables. And actually, with the way I have this set up, it feels better than a normal PCVR headset. It's even closer to wireless, if you could believe it. Now, I do have quite a bit of experience in virtual desktop. Now I got that word up and running. I know someone's going to say, just use virtual desktop. Why would you even bother with Link? Well, you know, the lower latency experience is better for some games. I find even with virtual desktop up and running very well, I get fewer frame drops with Oculus Link in games like Alex and Boneworks, as well as for me, my setup is easier with the link cable than it is with virtual desktop. That might not make sense to people, but some of us take a little bit more doing to get that up and running, and some people can't, completely rearrange their house just for playing VR. Surprisingly, I know that's a shocker. Again, getting too far into it, you'll notice I have a bunch of stuff tacked to the side of my headset, and this is cable management not just for the link cable, but also the audio solution I have here. These are the Bionic Mantis headphones, which they work. There's a better thing that I have my eye on that's supposed to be back in stock in December, which hopefully, fingers and toes crossed, I'll be able to get that. I'll do a video once I get that and I have it adequately tested. These are fine though for if you just want something that looks nice. So we'll go ahead and talk about the audio solution here really fast. Now you notice I have this along the side. Now some of you might be thinking, well, why won't you just route it along the top like a Vive? Well, I did that. I tried that. And it actually worked out fairly well. The only issue is, using the cable tie here, or any type of cable management up here, is you really cannot adjust your head strap. That kind of sucks, and, every once in a while you need to kind of shift things around. So along the side allows me to attach it to the Elite strap, and then it's taken care of. Now, for the actual link cable here, I have 2 Velcro cable ties as well as a rubber grommet, as well as a right angle adapter for plugging directly into the headset. That is to not only take some tension off of the port, but also from plugging, unplugging, charging, if I want to plug in like the actual charger for it, if I want to swap out like a battery bank for playing virtual desktop. This takes all the wear and tear, and it spares the actual USB-C port. And again, this is also a 3.1 adapter. Spend the extra like 50 cents for the actual 3.1. You don't want that thing bottlenecking your whole system that you just set up. Now, going from there, and yes, there's a reason why I got this direction instead of a horizontal adapter, mainly because I bought the wrong thing on Amazon. However, once I actually got everything set up, I'm not going to change anything because I think this works out better. Now, coming from there, you'll notice I have some slack in the cable. Now, again, tension. I want to put as little tension on this port as possible. And this just ensures that if anything in this system fails, because this cable is actually fairly rigid right now in this setup, it's going to have a little extra tug to it, so I have a little bit of wiggle room if I make a mistake. Now we go to the first Velcro cable tie in the link and actually audio solution management here. Now, this right here is actually attached around the audio solution cable, or obviously the headphone cables, and then it's wrapped around, and then I put the link cable underneath that. And this is the weakest link in the chain. This is the first thing I did when I tried out the link cable, and it was fine. Then I tried like a zip tie over here just to take some of the pressure off of that, kind of like what you'd have with a traditional PCVR headset, and that was fine. Then I saw somebody on Reddit who had broken their cable management thingy on their HP Reverb G2, and they replaced it with one of these rubber grommets, and then all of a sudden a light bulb turned on in my head. It's like, oh my god, that's what I need to do. That's got to fix most of my problems here. And this, I put this on here. Even though it doesn't adhere onto the head strap perfectly flat, it still, hangs on to its 3M adhesive. Get the one with 3M adhesive. That stuff works. And that made it kind of have some parity with my Odyssey Plus. But then I got the idea, I forget if I saw something that gave me the inspiration or I just thought of it while sitting on the can or something. But then I decided to go ahead and put another Velcro cable tie on the back of the head strap here. And of course, this is actually wrapped around the cable like most of these cable ties are, and then wrapped around the strap. You notice there's some tension, or it's kind of tight. It's kind of fold that up a little bit. And this right here is the real game changer as far as using a pulley system. And with this, since it's centering the pulling on the back of my head, I don't feel it. There is none of that leftward, or rightward tug on the left side of the headset, anything like that. This just absolutely makes it fantastic. And it really does feel like wireless. I mean, I had to get on like my hands and knees and get like to the edge of my PlayStation until before I really start feeling this thing tug. And the only place where it's actually Velcroed onto the head strap is just the part that wraps around the cable itself. And yeah, when you first do, you might hear a little bit or feel a little bit of that Velcro kind of disconnecting. But after, like a minute or so, that stops, and that's kind of all there is to it. I'll go ahead and splice in some footage of my whole pulley system, and yeah, that's it.
Don't act like you're not impressed. Oh, you're not? Okay, well, that makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. Well, like, comment, subscribe, do the bell thing, and I do hope you have a good one.